Good evening. I think we're in. I'm a bit rusty on the streaming. It's been a while, so excuse me if it's a slow start. I'm only half an hour late. What's half an hour, team friends? If you've been waiting for half an hour, I do apologize, but just waiting for it on my phone and we can go. I see me. We're in. Right, good evening, folks. Been a while since I've been on stream, so very good to be back. And hopefully going to be doing a lot more content in the coming months up until sort of Christmas time. So the idea is, instead of doing creative stuff for Vizune in the office, of which I have a lot to do, I'm going to do it on stream. Spend an hour or two each day. No, you're not each day, but like, you know, a few hours a week maybe, and just do it on stream. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't. But we have work to do, so might as well do it on here. Could be interesting, might not be. That's about it. Before we actually get into that, I want to kind of pay the bills and big up what we've been doing recently. So, because it's been so long, and as when was my last stream? It was a while back, wasn't it? Quite a lot has changed. We've released quite a lot. I've had some good months at Vizune. So for those of you wondering what's been going on, we've launched quite a lot of new products. A lot of them are firsts. Loads for KeyShot. Pretty much all of it has been for KeyShot. So yeah, we've had a really busy few months. I don't know what the last thing was. A few months back, we launched our Essential Studio Collection, number 2, Gen 2, which was really big. That was good. For, you know, beginner KeyShot users in particular, people that really just want to speed it up. I was really proud of this collection that we produced. I don't know how to go back. How do you go back on full screen mode? Oh no, been undone by Chrome. There'll be a shortcut somewhere. So the Essential Studio Collection, yeah, really good for beginners as your first steps. And yeah, if you really want to just speed through stuff. We've also done some really good interiors. So we've done some really lovely big office spaces recently. So loads of our customers make commercial office furniture, so we like to keep these topped up. We've also done some great exteriors. So these were really complex scenes that we've had to optimize a ton and learned a lot doing them. These are all KeyShot renders that you're seeing here. And then technical fabrics was a huge push to do these fabric materials, all procedurally made, PBR maps, but they are procedurally made, not scanned materials. Really high fidelity. And some of the promo content we did for these, which I'm hoping you've seen on Instagram, or Vizune or email or wherever, some of our best imagery to date. So again, trying to up what we do, push our craft is what I've been saying online. And then in the past week or so, we've just done another food set. This is all rendered in KeyShot. Again, nuts. We're pulling together Pinterest references of pizza and steak. But it is possible. And, you know, this looks great here under the right lighting conditions. As you see on our homepage at the moment, it looks really good. So, and then you could use AI upscaling or whatever you want on top of that to go completely photorealistic. And then finally, we just launched a couple of dioramas today that I wanted to highlight. So we've been really focusing lately on fidelity. How do we not just create new spaces, but how do we push those spaces further? And this is a really good example. You're getting the first sniffs of it getting to our site. So this diorama scene is, you know, it's really just focused on this corner, but it's packed full of neat tricks. The plant we've commissioned, the bed sheet is entirely modeled and sculpted in-house. You know, that you're looking at version whatever of the bed sheet. You know, it's gone through lots of iterations and then we've optimized it, which, you know, it seems kind of trivial looking at a bed sheet. Why would they put so much effort into it? But in those visuals where it creeps into the back, You know, all these little things really add up, and the renders you can make in this scene are really lovely. So we've done bedside table scenes before. Now we just want to push them as far as we can. So yeah, that's just a bit on what's been happening at Vizune. Hopefully there's something in there for you. There's loads of good resources, but yeah, if you're here to learn, we'll go the long way. So for those of you that just joined, I'm going to be doing some Vizune work. I'll explain what I'm going to try today, but I'm hoping this is going to be a kind of big series of just doing creative stuff on stream. I've got studio scenes to make. I've got adverts to make. I've just got a lot to make. So why not do it on stream and have a conversation while we do it? So yeah, just before we get into stuff, if you could give me someone could give me an okay on audio, music volume, me volume. Everything coming okay? You can say hello as well, that'd be nice. I have one hello. Hello. Good evening, folks. I see hellos in the chat. Everything is good. Perfect. I realise I'm black. Oh no, I've not got a black background anymore. We're fine. When I did a test, I was just melting into it. Just looked like a floating head. If someone used levels on Photoshop right now, it'd just be a floating head. But there we go. Fortunately, I'm on KeyShot's wonderful grey background, which we all look at every day. That is fine. So at the moment, we are working on new ads. And it's the first time, really, we've done purpose-built ads. And what I mean by purpose-built is we've actually thought about really the story we want to tell, and we've made custom visuals for it. And for the most part, I'm sure you get pelted with Vizune ads. If you're on Instagram, if you're anywhere around me or Vizune, you're getting pelted with them. I apologize, but also I pay for that, so I think I deserve it. But we just recycle what we make anyway. You know, we don't think, oh, let's make an advert. We just have this massive media library and then we start picking from it. So what we're doing here is we're actually making, like a custom ad. And the story of this ad is going to be about 30 seconds, but it is going to be this chair coming together. As it comes together, the materials are going to apply onto it. Whether we do that with like UI animations, like dragging on, we might do that. Some of the ideas we've got for the wood will just kind of, as the wood clonks into place, it's just either going to go snap like clay as it is now into wood, or it could, there are animation things we can do in KeyShot where the wood can, like, where the material can grow from a certain point. So we could do it like a collision where it grows from that collision. But yeah, the chair's going to fall into place. It's all going to be close-up shots. Think like this, right? But better. Chair's all going to fall into place. When you get the chair, the first glimpse of the chair, it's going to be floating in the air at the top of the frame. So imagine that's not on the floor. Not on the floor. So it's going to be floating at the top of the frame. And then as it floats down to its final resting point on the ground about there, through that, it's going to swipe through different scenes from us. So it will go through like a basic studio scene, an abstract studio scene, an interior and exterior, just to show off like the full thing of what we offer. So it's very curated. We've thought about it a lot. The chair model, we've bought a chair model. We bought a chair model through CG Trader, and we could commission a chair model. You know, we've got people that can make it, but for the price, it's worth just buying one. And even if we end up, you know, I might go through this and we end up using a different chair model, you know, for the sake of it, just have a finished model. What I will add though is with this chair model, we have actually already done quite a bit of modeling aside from this. So this is the base model that you're looking at, the finished FBX. But we also have, I've got 2 KeyShot files here, which I will display. And you'll see the size of them. So this is the 8 megabyte chair. We then have a 6 GB and a 1 GB Alembic versions of this. So we have one where the, let's say this leather or whatever we choose it to be, I think it is leather in the actual chair, is flat and is animated kind of waving. So before before that we introduce that material, we could just have that key-shaped sort of fabric floating. And then we also have an animation of that fabric going in here, wrapping around, and then sliding into place. I'm on an RTX 3080 here, so I've only got 10 gigabytes of VRAM. 10 gigabytes is a lot, but when you're working with Alembics from Blender, I don't know how far it will go. So I'm going to focus on the easy stuff today. Try and get some studios in, try and get a few like opening sequences there. And then, yeah, we'll see how we go. Maybe I'll chance it towards the end of the stream and load it up. But we got materials to do, we got animation to do. Let's just keep going with it. Yeah. I'm on KeyShot, the latest version of KeyShot, which I don't really use much because most of the stuff we do is KeyShot 10. So what version are we on here? 2025.2.1, version 163 for anyone that's interested. Probably not going to need light layers. I'm just getting things set up here, so... Oh, my shortcuts. Oh, no. You're hearing this music? I've just been watching Lord of the Rings. It's very similar. Dun, dun, dun. It's exactly the same. I'll turn it off, don't worry. I'll turn it off. We had some good stuff going on. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Oh no. Okay. Apologies for whatever that was. Shortcuts. Why are these all wrong? I'm going to find my KeyShot shortcuts, bear with. How's everyone doing on this fine evening? How's life for all of you lot? Tell you what project are you working? What project are you working on right now? I don't need specifics, let's not break NDAs today, but what kind of thing are you working on now? Design projects, uni work, visualization projects? What are you guys doing? Shortcuts are in play. So I actually don't know my way around this model. I haven't actually been hands-on with it yet, so I'm just having a little bit of time to... Rod. Push him. Why is that black? No idea. Right. So. The way we're going to work this, whether we need different model sets for it, we're going to use studios for this. If you've watched any of my content before, I use studios for everything, as you should be. So it's the best tool in KeyShot. It's KeyShot's like defining feature to making it like a workflow beast. And each studio we're going to make here is going to be a section of this animation. So a little bit of it plonking together, it'll be its own probably model set, camera, lighting. Lighting, we're going to use planar lights because speed isn't really the issue here. We've got time to render this out, so I'm going to use planar lights. So I will have a model set per studio as well. I think probably the best way to start is to try just exploding it to see what we've got to work with. And then we'll see how that comes together. I have the fabric in another file, so we haven't got to worry about the fabric going in. Okay. I'm going to keyframe it because that's quickest. Let's keyframe it. My bearings are off. My bearings are really off. Keyframe. This is one of my pet peeves with KeyShot. I always want these on. That should be the default. I have asked for it before, so I'm not going to call out any devs in the chat saying make it now. I have already politely asked. I think they've just got bigger fish to fry, which is fine. So keyframing. We haven't got to worry about timings or anything yet. We're just going for it. I can hide the rods as well. Again, the rods are going to be in a different file. We'll worry about that when we come to it. So we're going to keep all of this as one piece of geometry and we're going to have that connect. Let's just keyframe all of that. I don't think we need the rubber feet at the moment, do we? Ah. It should be the other way around. Okay. Let's speed run the settings for the file. So, product or interior mode. Fun fact, we benchmarked it. Interior mode was actually pretty good. I'm going to use product here just because I don't want people shouting at me, but I don't need that at all. Interior mode is actually more consistent when we benchmarked it and we went really in the weeds. So, I'm going to go product though. Grand illumination, yeah. Image, photographic, aces. Environment. Blah. Turn this off. Camera. Say frame. Decent angle. Now I know there is no joint here, but probably what we'll do is just update the geometry at some point and add a joint in there. So we need this to... motion blur and everything. Good evening, Mr. D'Souza. How are we? Okay. I'm going to leave the chair stationary. So I think what I'm going to do is animate the camera moving for a bit of motion as that comes in. I guess I could keyframe the camera as well. We just go all out keyframes. Whoa, we're all over the place. What's going on here? How did that happen? Minus 43 degrees to minus 26 degrees. Oh, it's going all the way around. Oh no. It's all gone wrong. Let's try again. Well, that's not bloody doing anything. Right. Nope. Oh, does that change anything? Okay, right. There are issues here. It's playing through the animation as if I bring it back to 0 seconds. So 0 seconds, nothing's happened here. It plays through the animation as I change the timing. There's bugs here. But then when I go through it, it's fine. I don't like that end angle though. So maybe we don't, yeah, let's do 23. Sound effects are... We've been doing quite a lot of sound effects at Vizune recently. If you sat in our office, you'd think we're fucking nuts. Then you just got an animation. Even when you're doing stills, I wanted to ask this on LinkedIn actually, for the nerds out there. Alex, you're in the chat, you're a nerd. You make sound effects when you're making your renders. Are you thinking about what that would be if it was like an advert? You know, if you're doing earphones or you do lighting, whether it's like I'm always doing it. Gets me in the zone. Alright, that'll do. Should we save this for the first time? Right. We need wood. Woodpack PBR. Something after. What am I going for? Let's start off with oak. Oh, I don't know if it's going to work because I don't know if I've got my library synced. We can try it. I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah, I'll have to relink the textures, but that's okay. Riveting content, relinking textures, riveting. I bet you're going to go to work tomorrow and tell everyone about it. Woodpack PBR. I do appreciate you all for being here and watching this live. You could be doing better things. You could be watching June Part 2. We all want to be watching June Part 2. I've currently got Fellowship at the Ring on downstairs. We're about to go into the final sequence. But we're here. I'm about to hear the Horn of Gondor downstairs, but I came up to stream because that's what we do. We need that sound effect on stream on a little Elgato thing. But we're here. Your Woodpack. We're in. Oak. What was it? I need the seamless one. Is that what I went for? Seamless, yes. Wood grain. Hello? Oh, yeah. We're in now. We're in. When you buy Vizune materials, you don't have to do this. Just big fat disclaimer. It's only because I'm at home and I haven't got the links to all the textures. So I'm just relinking it in this. Roughness. Height. Specular. Normal. And oh, here's a little bit of knowledge for you. From the last week at Visune, we had a very nerdy discussion about this, about which to use, whether you use a normal DX or use a normal GL. Now, KeyShot is technically built on OpenGL, so you would think you would use the normal GL in positive mode. But you actually get better results using DX in negative mode. And we tested it and actually dived deep in forums, and there are forum posts from Dries, who's still out there, still working at KeyShot, saying that that's better. It's better to do it that way, and that there is an issue. I don't know if it's been fixed, but you get better results doing it. So if you ever see GL or DX, you don't know which one to use DX, and you use it in negative format. That's how we do it. And yeah, we've tested it up close. So this chair is already unwrapped because we bought it. So I just need to apply a wood texture to it. That's pretty good. But again, when it comes in, it's not going to work there. So that's what I mean. We'll have to do a little bit of modeling and a little bit of something or other to make that bit work. But so what we could do, basically, the idea, if you just joined the stream, the idea of this is the chair is going to build itself. As it builds itself, the materials are going to apply. So in this case, it will start off as clay, and then when it hits, and I'll probably make this hit quite firm. I'll probably make it quite abrupt. Better go, not that one. the wood is just going to appear or is going to animate or something like that. So we've got the wood in. Now we just need to do some lighting. I'm going to do lighting in model sets. So I'm going to add a new model set and call it frame 1. Fresh model set. And we need a backdrop as well, don't we? Frame 1. Yeah. Yeah. That's frame 1. Okay, so let's build a backdrop for each camera angle. We'll have a backdrop with planar lights that will go with it. So edit, add geometry plane. I just need to put this plane behind the camera. Plane, shift 1, planar light, normal mode on the plane. Closer. I'll work out the lighting and style after. I don't really know what I'm going for yet. I'm just going to see how we get on. The plane's on there. Now I can turn off the environment lighting. We're probably not going to use any environment lighting for any of this. I'm going to try and do it all with planar lights because this, like I said, this is our new ad. We're putting everything we can into this. We're going to use all of our tricks. So I'm better using a spotlight, actually. I like to use a spotlight on the backdrop, but that'll do. Check the shade of blue. You check the shade of blue, then you know what brightness to do it. Roughly. Oh, that's the distance. Let's go there, and let's crank it up. So you're looking for about the same shade of blue. Now, you're never going to get it perfect because, I mean, there's fall off, right? It falls off away from it. I mean, if you want less fall off, just make it bigger. But you know that's correctly exposed in the back now. And now I can change it to whatever color we want. So let's go. Let's just start in. Lighter ads generally work better, so I probably will bring this up. I might go lighter actually just from the start. That's quite nice. Okay, planar light save it. Save the camera, lock it. Planar light number 2. I need to get all of these on the frame 1 model set. Cube. Not a cube. Planar light number 2. That's a cube. Am I clicking the wrong thing? I'm clicking control 1, aren't I? Shift 1. My shortcuts have defeated me. There we go. Can I just move this outside? KeyShot request. We need a button for that as well. Need a little sound effect. Do 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 do. Need a request for that. This, I want to put this everywhere else. It's in the way. Guess I can get rid of animation properties for now. Bring that over. No, it moves that. Ah! Right. Good evening, Zach. Welcome. I might use a spotlight here, you know. Might do it. Might. I mean, this definitely needs more planar lights. Maybe it just needs some. Let's try a spot. Is that a spotlight? Shortcut for a spotlight? Yep. see the shadow on there, so let's turn that off. The shadows are off. Ground illumination off. Is that just a shadow on the plane? My idea for this was that we would have some sort of like shadow effects going on over the top of it. We can try it out, but I just didn't want it to be harsh light. I wanted to break it up with some like leaves or something like that. The motion's about right. Move the backdrop. Make it bigger. Oh, that's the side of the chair. Okay. Units are in centimeters. Ugh. I've lost something. Where's that gone? Frame front, that's got to be it, right? Frame back. Frame front. Where's that gone? This is gone. Top cushion. This is gone. Ooh, where's that gone? I've only got the animation for it. Where on earth has that gone? Not there. Is that the scene units? Where is that piece of geometry? Where is that? Frame front. Yeah, I think it's scene units. Damn, that's annoying. I'm guessing animation keyframes just don't like it when you change the scene units. You just expand, please. Expand. Okay. Save. Let's have a look at the lighting. Let's try on the planar light. That's the key light. That's the backdrop light. No, that's the key light. Ugh. Key light. Backdrop light. That's the fill. That's the backdrop. So we're just going to duplicate this model set every time we do like a new camera angle anyway, so. Okay, let's try on the fill light. Add a video map. Might be best using spotlights for this. Let's try it. As you can see, our assets folder is quite large. Try leaves 3. I'm guessing it's just currently loading all of those image textures into video memory, hence why it's going a little bit slow. I'm guessing. I did plan for this. Now, for anyone that's interested, I haven't played RuneScape. See, we're out. It's fine. We almost had to play RuneScape. Oh, the intro music's still playing. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. No. I'm here to work. Almost. Right. I don't really know how this works. It's been too long. Let's try. Let's have a look at the planar light. Let's have a look at the little planar light. Planar light. It's there, isn't it? You don't not put it on the right plane, like. Lord help me, please. Ugh. Not a huge amount of motion in those leaves. Let's try something a little bit more. What else we got? Oh, 06. We're getting there. These things take time. Did it crash? No RuneScape required. I think what we'll do is... Second monitor would be lovely right now. Okay. Yes, that's where it shows up. Make that bigger. But then it has a cut off. This is where I think I'm better using a spotlight for this. No, this looks terrible right now, don't worry. I'll fix it. So it's not going to be a defined leaf by the time we start to... That's the edge of the texture. And that softens it. What does this mean? Wait, get RuneScape ready. Oh, we're fine. No, not required. Close, 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 close. Oh, get it ready, get it ready, get it on. No downtime on stream. If KeyShot's waiting, we're in RuneScape. I need to work out both. You people are here for entertainment. You could be watching BBC's Fake or Fortune. Fantastic program. Oh no, KeyShot's back. Right. So close. So does this happen every time I move this? No. Oh, there's a little bit of movement there, though, isn't there? There's a little bit of movement. It's maybe not the right position, but it is working. There's something there. What to do with the fill light though? Ugh. Look great, does it? Okay. Think. Let's take the key light back to... Let's reposition this, now we know what we're doing. So angle. Good evening, Maria. Thank you for being here. Oh, dead air. I'm sorry. No music. Should have put the RuneScape soundtrack back on. Is it playing? There we go. So that's something cutting off there. What is that? Is that the actual planar light cutting off? Oh, no, it's not. That's my screen. I've got a line down the middle of my screen. Oh no, it is there. It is there. It is there. So what is that? What's that cut off? The video cutting off? But yeah, it is the video. Okay. Right. Just need that little twinkle. Just need that little twinkle of little twinkle. It's probably too quick. I think, how long were these videos that we made? Double up for shadow elements. Save! As if Milton said save. We are so on the same wavelength. Did you type that just as I said it? That's ridiculous. Save! I didn't even look at the chat. That is impressive. I've got some 3D modeling work if anyone's interested. Whoever can do it cheapest wins. Is that how we do things? We do have 3D modeling work. I need someone, put the word out, put the feelers out. You are the dedicated few in the chat, so you get first dibs. But we need someone to 3D model, and we need to see someone to 3D model parametrically. So no poly modeling, parametric. Use whatever tool you want, don't care. Need step files. Question is, can you model the new AirPods Pro? Like, could you actually model them to the point where, yeah, it's good. Not the internals, not that crap, just the surface and the outside, the bits that you're going to see. Could you model that? If so, get in touch with Visune. Email's on there. Give us your best price for something like that. How much would it cost for you to 3D model AirPods Pro? And we might have some work for you if you're interested. I was doing that again. I've had enough of RuneScape music for now. The problem is with Epidemic is I only got so much music on at once, and most of it is horrible. Should we have heavy and ponderous music? What even is that? Heavy and ponderous. This is the problem. See. Awful, aren't they? Fine. Yeah, and the cursor gets stuck on here. That's another bug. So, element. You get to the bad file organization that I've employed. We actually do a decent job. We're actually not bad with files, as you can see from our massive library of files. How many folders have we got in there? 623. Ooh. Which leaves did I end up adding? 6. Oh, 8 seconds. There you go. So this yellow bar needs to be 8 seconds. If it will oblige. It should be that for real time. We might want to speed it up a little bit though. That'll do. Save. So next question is what to do with this fill light, because it is just not fill lighting, is it? Oh, I just want to get this window out of the way. So annoying. So frustrating. What does it look like without the fill light now? That's the issue. We get this really harsh cut off, which I probably can, with some more time, get rid of. That could be an off-stream thing. It's not particularly riveting content. So let's. So what I'm going to do next, I will do this bit actually, see if we can, because I've not done this on stream. So I'm going to see if we can get this light fading off. And to do that, we're going to need a gradient. Pull a gradient from white to black, going down it like that. Scale and stuff we can tweak. But we need to merge it with our video, so we're going to need a color composite. Preview the color composite. There's our shadow texture cutting off, which is kind of weird. It doesn't really matter as long as it doesn't look bad on there. We can put it into the test in a moment. And then gradient in darken mode. Take that out of preview. Now we don't have the cutoff line. Cool. Now what we can do is scale down the gradient and decide where we want it to go. You see that harsh cutoff that we had? Now we're just fading that out. Be fine. Let's go back into the close camera actually. Let's see while we're out here what is going on with this shadow texture. So I like the positioning of it there. You know what? If it looks fine on here, I'm going to say it looks fine. Could maybe do it being a bit smaller, couldn't it? Not working at all. Why is that not working at all? Okay, so it's looking better. The next thing I'm going to do is animate maybe not the clap, the transition of the wood. So we're going to take this material, I'm going to add a label, save, add a label, materials, diffuse. If we're starting as clay, that'd be gray, fine. Add it as a label, and then animation, curve, fade, the opacity. So this is going to be there's the clay, and then on when it clonks on 2 seconds, that's when we're going to have the transition. So animation, curve, fade, put that there. Right at 2 seconds is going to be 0, and then at 2 seconds, at 2 seconds, do that again. It's going to be 1. No, other way around. 0. Ah, shit. I mean, I didn't swear. It's a very child-friendly stream. One. That can just be straight. Then this will be 0, and then that will be straight. So at 2 seconds, it's just going to go boom. Let's put it to the test. See what I mean about making sound effects? Those who were in earlier in the stream. thump. Thump. We probably should have the camera carry on moving past that point. So do we go to 27 and make it a little bit longer? Let's do like a 3-second sequence. Ah! Broke it. Good evening, folks. We're deep in KeyShot here. Started from scratch. Making a little animation for a new Vizune ad. I might do all of it on stream. Definitely not tonight. I don't have the willpower, energy, any of it. Good evening, Maria. Or good day. Whatever time is in Argentina. Oh, I'm going to guess what time it is in Argentina. What time zone? Argentina. Where is Argentina? I don't mean what continent is on. I just mean roughly where is Argentina. Don't tell me. I'm just thinking. What coast is it on? I'm going to say, should we play it safe and say they're 5 hours behind? No, sorry. More. Not 5. Says 6. It's almost 4. Wait, I'm so confused. What time is it in Argentina? GMT -3, so it's 5. No, we're in GMT +1. It's 4. Wait, where is Argentina? Is Argentina way closer than I expected? Do they just not go by time zones? They just got their own? Well, it works. Should we try a preview? I wonder what this is like in real time. Let's turn on a preview. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. The issue with the preview is image styles don't apply. Another request for anyone from KeyShot watching, if you are making notes, that would be mint. Because preview's so good, but we use image styles so much. Like every shot is using image styles a lot. Low contrast mode, aces mode is like so important. Watch this transition here. Watch it slowing down and then boom. Come on. Look at that. Working. The theory is working. So yeah, where's Argentina? Oh yeah, fairs. You know, when you think about it, you just think it's a little bit down, don't you? You're just like, it's a little bit down from the middle of America, but it's much, much closer. Yeah, fair enough. Got that wrong. And that's why we don't do quizzes. So yeah, going back. Good afternoon, Maria. It's not your evening time yet. We're almost done for the stream. Been on just over an hour. We've only got 10 minutes left. Gonna see how this preview goes. Make some adjustments maybe. And then end in a nice way. It's going to be good. This is going to take a while to do. This animation is going to take a while. This is probably going to be like, I mean, I won't name the person on our team in case they don't want to be named, but animating this is already splitting this up, animating the bits of fabric that we haven't even shown on the screen has probably been like over a day. I've just put another hour into it. We're not even close. It's pretty good. Oh, I just rendered out the whole thing, didn't I? What an absolute dick. So I think it would be better using the using some sort of collision in it might even be nice as well. This could be something that we could do now. If it had a little bump, it had a little acceleration as it went round. But that would be an acceleration on the sound effects. Got to work dialing the sound effects. It could be nice if that had that push had a little bit of momentum to it, just to, you know, feel like it's in zero gravity. But that would mean animating the chair probably a little bit. Or we could do it with the camera. Should we try doing it with the camera? Let's try with the camera. Let's just save this to downloads. Good evening, Ali. Let's try it. So, on the camera animation, we'll do custom. That's the point of collision, so I'll double click to mark it. Now, we don't want anything happening before. What happens after? Camera, speeds up. So, we could... Guess we could do a slight curve. Ah! Oh, it's broken. It's broken. Ah! Now, this time I will put my work area correct because I'm not going to sit here rendering stuff that we don't need to. Let's try this. My bottle dribbles. It's not me, if you saw that. It's just a bottle. It's got a dodgy lid. That's too much. Ooh. It does have a bit of momentum, but the animation needs to be longer and it needs to be less of that. So let's save that. KeyShot animation number 2. We'll get there. We'll get there. So this needs to be. Let's go up to 4 seconds. That still needs to happen on 2. So let's bring that back to 2 milliseconds on the dot, and then we need that to. It probably is more of an abrupt. Try that out. I've just absolutely nausea, Lorna. 2 seconds. Oh, that curves, yeah. Oh, what am I doing here? Steady motion. You have to put this Bezier curve there just so it's not a complete like jutter in motion. You need some, even if it's a little bit of acceleration, you need some. So why are you stopping spinning? Didn't I just change this? Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. I am thick. Maybe I need to stream when I'm on it at like 8:30 in the morning. Because right now, I'm making all sorts of fumbles. 2 seconds to 4 seconds. No, that changes the time. That's spinning it clearly too quick, so we can come down quite a bit. Oh, it's crashing. It's crashing. It's crashing. If you don't want to feel guilty about gaming, just do it when your computer software's cracked. Oh, it's back. One of these streams, KeyShot's just not going to work at all, and we're just going to do RuneScape for all of it. It's really what I'm hoping for. Okay, let's preview it. The thing, when you see a finished animation, like, I'm not talking about like a KeyShot animation, when you look at like, you know, someone who's god tier in product visualization, the top 1%, your Cool and Han, your Future Deluxe, your Man vs. Machine, and every beat is perfect, and they're doing advanced simulation. And bear in mind, everything inside that simulation is beat perfect, and someone's had to go through it bit by bit, setting by setting to make it perfect, and you're looking at the finished article of like a minute of everything going right. You know, why is that not turning? Why is that not turning? Oh, because it starts late. Oh. Simon says in the in-betweeners, oh God. Oh God. Value, don't know. Folks are almost there, I feel it. That looks better. That looks right now, doesn't it? It's not moving there. Why is it not moving there at all? I think let's go 0.5 on that. So it's going up 0.5 and then it's going up 1. So if we do 1.5, that will be double the speed when it... I think that's too much. Let's go 1.25. If it went to 1, it would be a consistent motion. And then we'll just make that the same. We probably can just, let's just go straight. Let's just bounce it. No, I regret saying that. I regret saying that. Let's try again. 17th time's the charm. Try it out. $187 people have joined us tonight. Isn't that wonderful? 187 people chose to watch this over 1,000 people in Minecraft, the Civilization video. Unbelievable. If you haven't watched that, straight after this stream finishes, you go and watch that 1,000 people in Minecraft video. It's YouTube gold. Doesn't quite have the punch, does it? Okay, I've got an idea. Save it. I think we just need to amplify it a bit. So at that point, maybe we tail it off. And then we... And we could actually have it slowing down roughly into this bit, couldn't we? The Minecraft video is mind-blowing. I'm glad you agree. Tanya, if you haven't seen it, after this stream, immediately after I click close, it is long. It's like 2 hours long? I don't know, it's really long. But it is YouTube gold. So you could be watching that. You could be watching... What else do we like? I don't watch anything anymore. It's so sad. I watch the belters. That kind of works. It's too slow on the acceleration. You're getting there. Preview by preview. Number 4. Let's try. I think let's just ditch this curve. Let's just bounce it. Boing. You see how it happens. It slows down, then it connects, and then whatever. You can see it. You see it in the curve. It's looking good, isn't it? I won't sharpen it in here. I don't really think it's bright enough for bloom, but we can give it a go. I am using bloom a lot at the moment. The issue is with bloom here is it's the background that's brighter. So you see how the background blooms first. We can have a bit of bloom come around the side, to be fair. I just got to rein it in quite a lot. That's fine. Still, the lighting's still not working. It looks better like that, doesn't it? So I think the fill light needs to change. We could go at the bottom. Firing up. Let me put this somewhere else. Please, anywhere. Always in the way. That's the fill light at the bottom. There is a couple of frames actually of the material fading. Let's get that out. Look at that. Ooh. No. Absolutely not. No curve. Just straight to the dome. Transition. It's better. It still fades. Look at it. Look at that. How is that possible? How is it fading? How is it fading? It's straight down. How is there a fade? Is it motion blur? Oh, it's motion blur. It motion blurs the material. Damn. So if we just do... Oh, let's try with that motion blur. It's moving pretty slow anyway, to be honest. Maybe we need a little bit more aperture. That's good. It's getting there, isn't it? It's getting there. Not bad for a Wednesday night. Raining outside as well. Waning. Review. We could have done the Alembic stuff tonight. One of the Alembic files we had today was 7 gigabytes before we split it up. Every time you save it, it's saving 7 gig. That's why I install RuneScape. Because if you're waiting 5 minutes every time it saves, you want to be playing something. My RuneScape account has been inactive, so don't judge me on that. I haven't done anything since I got my fire cape. Hence why I'm in the bank. Got any RuneScape players out there? I'm in the Grand Exchange because I got my fire cape. I went back there to show it off. Bank stand around. And haven't moved anywhere since. Stopped my membership. Haven't played in 8 months. But winter is coming. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So the movement in needs to be slower. Because of just the pacing that I want this to happen. I don't want it to like clonk about. It needs to be a bit more graceful and slower as it comes in, which means the animation itself, when it turns the camera a bit more, that needs to be all slower. Like if we were to play this on 0.5. And that's the play. I mean, we could render it at 60 FPS and then we've got a little bit of freedom. Could slow it down. So I wouldn't actually have to change any more animation settings. I want to make a point though, for those of you that are here to learn. Doing that with that momentum as it pushes it, as the part pushes it around. You could do that with model and part animations, but if I do it with model and part animations, I'm going to be moving the whole model. And then when I go to the next camera, it's going to be in a different place. I don't really want to move this model around. This model is perfectly sat on the ground. Why can't I turn that off? I'll feel it. Whoops. Depth of field, twist off. This model is perfectly on the ground. So, I think. Is it? Yeah. Why am I all wonky? Why is the camera wonky? Oh, because I've got the twist animation. No, I haven't got a twist animation. Why is the camera wonky? I'm baffled. Anyway, you can see from the geometry view that the cameras aren't, that the chair is very much on the ground, on that ground plane. So all the lights are relative to it on the ground plane. The cameras are. As soon as you start moving that model around, you're moving it in, you know, further down the line, and it just becomes a little bit iffy. I want to now animate the cushions. The next shot I'm going to do is the cushions or the fabric going in. I don't want to have the chair in some weird position. So that's why in this case I've just animated the camera moving around, which you can see from this geometry view here on the left. The camera is rotating around a little bit. You know, what's the difference? There's no difference between rotating a model and rotating the camera. You're just changing them relative to each other. So this allows me to keep the model in the same place in its fixed position on the floor without animating it. So yeah, there's little tricks. We need to save this as a studio. Every shot we render from this is going to be a studio. This is frame 1, and it is between 0 and frame 120 at 4 seconds. Frame 120. I probably am actually going to render this at 60. I'll render it at 60 and we'll double it. I don't need to be efficient with this. We're going to render it over a weekend. We're going to do a stupid number of samples and we're just going to let it run. So might as well render at 60, and then we've got a little bit of freedom to slow it down up to half speed in post, which could come in handy. For this studio, we will need the camera, the environment, the image style, and the model sets. So I'll show you what's next would be, and we can end there just to kind of tee up what would come next. Would be frame 2 or sequence 2. New camera. Let's start off with 0 twist and no depth of field. And then we would, I don't know what comes next. What comes next? Let's say it's the let's say it's the cushions coming on. It's not, because the next thing I'm going to animate. Actually, we are going to do the cushions in this scene. We are going to do the cushions in the scene. There's another bit where the fabric comes in. That's going to be a separate file because it's a big alembic, so we want to keep that out of the way of this. We don't want one really heavy file. Normally, I'd say keep it all in one file, but the alembic is too heavy. So alembic is just like an animated file from Blender, so it's got motion in it. So if we bring this back in, and the cushions. So the next thing is from 2 seconds and you're going to be watching the cushions drop in. Now I just need to make sure the cushions are more out of the way at 2 seconds at the start of their motion. So that they can fall into place like so. So now on this shot, I don't really have an idea for this shot. It's going to be a difficult angle to find, especially with the fabric there. I mean, maybe we I don't know. We'll just go with it. So we've got a new camera, frame 2. We're going to need a new model set called frame 2. So I'm going to make a new model set from frame 1. I'm going to call it frame 2. I'm not going to link materials, and I haven't got any animations to include, but that's it. So we're not linking materials because the planar lights and the backdrop in there, I don't want them to be linked. So I just want a fresh batch of planar lights, and that's it. So frame 2, I didn't save that camera, that was stupid. Frame 2. Let's just like go in here or something so you can see them collide. Fine. Move the key light. I'm just going to do this super quick because I'm not actually doing it now. Not getting anything from the key light. Just get the chair out of the way for the mo. So let's say the backdrop's going to go behind it. So I just need to move that backdrop so that it's behind the camera. Same as the start, right? You're just getting it set up within the same file. Something like that. Backdrop light. Normal mode. There you go. And then fill light, I don't know, we'll bring it in later. But when you have the chair, so it's photographing the same chair model set, and you can see now that we have those cushions going together. Now we're ready to do our second studio, which is going to be frame 2, and I shouldn't really call it frame, but it's going to be 242. We don't know yet. And you want the image style and the model sets. And now when you go between them, you'll have 2 different sequences. The issue is, I've got to, if I go back to frame 1 now, I've got the cushions on there and I've got the fabric on there. So I'm probably going to need a 3rd model set where we take those away, just so I can toggle that without, I mean, this is the last thing you want to be doing is going in here and hiding and showing things. That's just super inefficient and leaves room for error. So you know, I'm looking for a good angle. Maybe that's the play. Yeah, something like that. All that. Again, there'll be some sort of like camera twist. There'll be some sort of motion. Or like looking over the arm there. Hard shot, isn't it? With the fabric in the way. That's quite a nice shot, having the thirds there. See how they like draw a line across the screen? That's a nice line that they make. Okay. Sorry, I'm not talking. All I've done... Oh, it's okay. Save that. So all I've done is just add a little bit of camera twist to the keyframes. And that nice light on the back. The wood texture looks really good. Wood texture from Vizune. Shout out. So, I was messaging in the chat. I tried to add one of your materials from the KeyShot hub, but it doesn't work, and it said invalid URL. I have absolutely no idea what that is. Do you know what? I actually haven't tested. Did I even know this was live? So I obviously knew that we were putting materials on the... These thumbnails don't look good. So yeah, we've donated some stuff for the KeyShot Cloud to KeyShot, but some of these thumbnails aren't what we normally do. That's what we normally do for thumbnails. I need to put that on my to-do list for tomorrow. The question about URL, I'm really not sure. I haven't even tried any of these yet, so I don't know what that would be. This is very new, isn't it? Let me put it on my list. I'll check it tomorrow. You could also raise tickets. It's not really an us issue. We just give them the materials to go on there. We have nothing to do with the URL. So if you are having issues with the hub, get in touch with KeyShot. They have a support portal. Just raise a ticket. I don't know what that is, but I'll look from our end as well. Like, I want to make sure it's working, but you're going to get a quicker response if you go to KeyShot. Milton would be info@vizune.io if you think you can do the 3D modeling. So again, we're looking at modeling consumer tech. We need someone that can model parametrically because we want NURBS models just for the flexibility to be able to do things like retessellate and go super up close. Yeah, I mean, literally, you could. I said AirPods. Look at the new AirPods Pro. You know, how much would it cost to model it? Would be a good. If you just say that, then we'll go from there. Okay, so as a recap, we've got our first sequence for this, which is this. So this is just an animation preview, so don't worry about the quality. It will look good when it's rendered fully. We are going to slow this down. We're going to slow this down by half. So this is going to be the final speed of the motion, obviously in proper frame rate. Wood comes in, collides, and the wood appears. I think what we're going to use is a collision animation. So when that hits, instead of it doing the whole thing at once, it's going to come from a point and it's going to go whoom really quickly. So you get like a shock wave of wood going whoom, again with the sound effects going up the wood. So I think that will just look so much better. It's then going to cut to something like this shot where the cushions come into play. Again, the cushions could be clay and then they collide and then fabric goes whoom and ripples, or I don't know, but there we're in shot number 2. So this is, you are going to see this is an upcoming advert. This is the first KeyShot work that's been done on this. Everything else has been Blender, so we're really early days, but yeah, hopefully you had a good time on stream. I'm going to save this and start my evening, and thank you for joining. Hope to be back on your local YouTube very soon. Good evening, folks.